What's up, guys? This is the Optical Tailor here. Happy Thanksgiving to you for all our American friends. It's not Thanksgiving yet, but thank you to all of you anyways, especially those of you who have purchased from us in the past or make it out to come see us here in Streetsville. I actually wanted to follow up on our client from yesterday. He's actually a surgeon who works in Atlanta, and he left me with a bunch of frames, and originally he just wanted to actually show me his collection and discuss some stuff, but it wasn't until he actually put on our glasses, he literally went, wow. He was looking out of the corners of his eyes, and he's like, I can see edge to edge without distortion. And it was only then he realized a lot of the frames he came with. So he went home with 4 frames. We have a couple more we're going to do for him. And he's left 4 here with me because after trying our lenses, it really made him realize the lenses were just not up to par. And the first frame we have here is his day-to-day frame. This is the one he wears when operating. It's the Matsuda M3144. And it's a very small frame, as you can see. It's just a 48 eye size, I believe. 46, so quite a small lens. And typically, you're more likely to get distortion if you have a large lens, if you're using stock lenses or a low-quality lens. But for him, in such a small frame and quite a pricey frame, he was like, wow, I can't actually see clearly until I get to about here. And only after trying our lenses, like I mentioned, he realized he was having this tunnel vision effect. So it's one of those things I really wanted to stress that despite getting high-end luxury frames, a lot of it really comes down to the lens. And it's actually a shame that there's a lot of opticals out there, and even boutique opticals that deal in high-end frames, and they do such a mediocre job with the lenses. All 4 frames here are very high-end. This one retails for over 1,100 Canadian. We've got the Masunaga Taka, which is $1,000 Canadian. The JMM Arshal, which is about $1,250 to $1,300. And this one really surprised me. This is a buffalo horn Cartier. And if you take a look at the lens, it's just, not only did they do a horrible job on the lenses, they told him they couldn't make it any thinner. He asked for a slightly custom shape if they could make it smaller. They said, no, we can't do that. And this is one of the best optical boutiques apparently in Atlanta. And that's totally false. With a rimless frame, we can totally alter the size or the shape of the lens. And to give you an idea, this frame is $3,500 US, approximately $5,000 Canadian. And to be selling items or eyewear at such a price, and to be doing such a mediocre job with lenses, in my opinion, it's honestly unacceptable. And the thing is, I always say, the lens, it doesn't have any logos on it, it doesn't have any brand names. They in fact wouldn't even tell him what type of lens he was wearing. So when he was coming in to visit us, I told him, if you can just get any type of specs on the type of lenses you have, just so I have an idea, I can fit you in something similar. And he said the shop outright just refused to tell him what type of lens he's wearing. They're like, this is your prescription, and that's what it is. And honestly, that's, I would be embarrassed if I were to do something like that. And especially with a client who's a surgeon, working in the medical field, he's clearly well aware of certain things and certain procedures. And it's not someone who's like, I don't want to use the word uneducated, but maybe he's not as educated in optics, but nonetheless, he's someone who's totally in the know. And I just wanted to stress, whether you're purchasing from us, whether you're purchasing elsewhere, I know oftentimes some of our clients, they're looking to, order online. Really be aware, what are you getting in here? Because what's in here is just as important as what's out here. And the lenses are every bit as important as the frame. And like I mentioned, these are all up to date. They're his current prescription. But just because he's felt such a vast difference from the quality of the lenses in the 4 frames we did for him, he's literally relensing 4 frames that were totally fine in a sense based on prescription only. So again, it's not only the type of prescription you have, it really comes down to what type of lens it's being fitted with, because at the end of the day, the lens is what you see and the frame is what everyone else sees on you. So don't just stress on purchasing pricey, expensive frames. Always make sure the lens is up to par as well. Thank you.